Hello everyone. Welcome to basilChart. Today we are going to inspect one of our products, basilChart Grid Backtester, the only tool you need to backtest your grid setup. Now looking at the chart, I know it looks like a total mess here, I agree, but this is how any real grid trading would look like. If we were to check every trade in this chart, we will see every one of them are placed correctly. You may want to stop the video in order to check for yourself. Every trade is in place. Everything is working like a clock. Before going through the settings, I want to tell you one more thing. When you check the bottom right of the screen, you will see we use log scale chart, and despite that, every one of our grid level is in correct place. None of the other grid backtesters are able to provide real grid levels when log scale is on. Well, what happens if you don't want to use log scale? As you can see, every line is crooked right now. There is a fix for that. When we navigate to settings, which we will go over every setting here in a while, we need to uncheck the logarithmic grids here to correct all the lines. They both needs to be checked or unchecked at the same time. Now this is one of the many settings that makes basilChart Grid Backtester superior to literally every other grid backtester in the market. Let's start from the very first. Adding the script. When we add the script for the first time, we are greeted with this message. It wants us to select a starting date. We will simply click on the bar we want the basilGrid to start from. Now we need to click on the bar we want it to stop. Now that we do have the interval, we can proceed to grid-related settings. Let's put 5 here for now. First setting we have here is grid count. It is the level count that we want to see on the chart. Proceeding to the next two settings, we have high limit and low limit, where high limit will be the price for the upmost grid level, and low limit will be the price for the downmost grid level. Actually, let's increase the grid level so we will have more enjoyable view. Looks good. Next setting we have logarithmic grids. We already did cover that, but to cover it once more, it is tightly related to this setting right here. Both needs to be checked in order to have correct grid levels. Quantity per level setting tells us how many of the BTC will we buy. Since we are on BTC USD, it will buy BTC. One important thing is that when we set every functional setting, we need to set our initial capital from the Properties tab. We see that we have $1 million, do we? We see that initial capital needed is $27,910. This value will go here. We are all set. Other than the functional settings, the last three settings are related to how we see the chart. Show table will show the table. Show grid levels will show the grid lines, and show average position price will show the average position price as guessed. Let's take a quick glance at them. That's it. We are pretty happy to announce the best grid backtesting system available on the market as for today. Have a wonderful week ahead.